before you say anything, yes, I know this isn't another Danganronpa stream. That will be coming. I'm really enjoying that game, and I want to go through all of the first game, at least, on live stream at some point. But I'm not going to be doing one today, at least, because firstly, I'm working this evening, and secondly, if you were watching those live streams yesterday, you'll be aware that I had a hideous amount of internet problems, and I have tried to compensate for that now by buying a large number of things to make the most out of it. I've got a Wi-Fi booster and an Ethernet cable being the most prominent things of that. So I'm waiting for them to still arrive, and they're supposed to arrive today, and I got the, you know, the Amazon notification. It's like, it is this number of stops away. And I was like, oh, okay. Clicked on the tracking, and obviously I'm not going to give away exactly where I am, but it's like a whole city away. It's like a 50-minute drive away yet, and I'm like, oh, okay. By the time it arrives, because it's also like 5 stops yet, sort of thing, so it could be going anywhere before it actually gets to me. I'm just not going to stream today, because if it arrived at like 1, I'd only be able to stream for like an hour or 2 before I'd need to get ready for work, and so it wouldn't be a point in it. And I want to be able to sit down and do a really long stream of Danganronpa, because it's one of those games that I feel demands it. I want to do a 5-hour stream at least, and the internet survive for the whole stretch of it. You know, I don't like keeps on only doing like these 3 or so hour streams, especially with a game like Danganronpa, where it's very clear the game's long and you're going to be spending a lot of time on these cases. So I want to be able to do a whole case stream, essentially, even if they're super long. Which, because the series gets compared to it a lot, if it's anything like Phoenix Wright, some of the later cases are probably going to be hella long, because of how many pieces of the puzzle you have to think about, especially because the game's opening up environments as we play. So I thought, so there's still content out there for today, since it won't be a live stream, I will play a few games of Windtrace, which so far is going exceedingly well, that I'm just chilling here. Some old habits, I suppose. You just find a good corner and you're fine. But essentially, I thought, play some games of Windtrace and chuck it on YouTube, so it's something. If you're wondering about, you know, the intergrade stuff for Final Fantasy VII, or the more dedicated Genshin videos, that being the story quest stuff that I spoke about in the update video, they're pretty much done. I just need to do the voiceovers for them. Like, they're all edited together and good to go. I just need to do the voice work for them. It's just doing a live stream while also processing a video on my current internet. Well, as I said before, you saw how much struggle. Wow, that was close. You saw how much struggle I had yesterday, and I was the only person in the house, the only person using the internet, and it still fought me that much. Imagine if I was also trying to upload a video. The signal would be terrible. It'd be too straining on it. So I don't want to do both. If my internet ever gets to a point where it gets a hella better, and like we get, you know, better internet at my house, because we're in an area where it doesn't actually have fiber wiring going underneath. Well, it does, it's just not activated, so to speak. Oh well. So we don't have that advantage to get the much better internet, so to speak. I don't know why I'm saying so to speak a lot. I'm kind of, because I'm live. But yeah, until that's sorted, I've got to try and find as many shortcuts as possible to make up for it. And so Wi-Fi booster and an Ethernet to link it up, so I'm wired in. I'm all dongled up, so to speak. I guess, there I go saying it again. Will hopefully give me more of a chance to be able to stream. Because it's annoying, because I'd love to stream at, you know, 1080 at least. I mentioned during the live stream that my goal would be able to stream at 1440-60. But I know that's unrealistic even when I eventually get this wired up and all sorted. I think with Danganronpa and how it is, I can absolutely get away with it being 30 frames for now, to lessen the load. But if I can make it 1080-30, that'd be nice. Anyway, I'm going to find another game. I appreciate that I'm getting new maps so far. I wonder how long it'll be before I get an old one. I haven't actually looked at the list to see if there are many old ones that have come back, because I imagine a couple of them might have been removed just because they were kind of really unfair. And I'm noticing as well that the walling on the map is a little stricter, so there's probably not going to be as many cliff hiders as there were. If you know what I was talking about from 1.5, then yeah, you know. Oh, then saying that, this little corner exists, so they're not perfect about it. I could just chill here, continue what I was saying. Yeah, okay, good luck finding me. Actually, I'll make it a little bit more. You can just sit here. I probably didn't even need to transform. Like, the odds of the hunter checking here is not likely unless they've been hiding here themselves to know this is a spot. You know? I'll sit a bit higher up. But because I'm not live streaming, it gives my throat more of a chance to continue recovering. Because it's probably still audible now. Even though I feel like almost entirely better, it's probably still audible that my throat isn't perfect. And to be honest, I don't know how long that's going to continue for. I'm no medical expert with post-COVID recovery. It's just how it is right now, is that my throat, even though I'm hella better, my throat still sounds off anytime I talk, and sometimes I still feel slightly like short on breath. And I imagine that will continue for a while. From what I've come to understand with it, some of the after effects, even after you've recovered, can linger on you for a while. And so if my throat's just going to be a little tickly and I'm going to sound a little different for a while, I'll take it. I'm still healthy enough to continue, as long as you guys don't mind my voice being slightly more rumbly than it was before Christmas. That's all I can do. That's all we can all just carry on and be happy. Speaking of being happy, I really am enjoying those live streams. I am really enjoying those live streams. I mentioned in my main update video that I want to make a point of pushing to do more live content in like this year, because I really enjoy doing it anyway. I'm going to go invisible so I can book it over here. Oh, it really doesn't last that long. I thought it lasted longer than that. It only lasts a couple of seconds. Hopefully he won't spot me. Oh, this movement speed. I mean, I'm glad I took the thing from the hunter, so he can't find the rest of us. But that movement speed. Oh, I'm the last one left. I probably shouldn't have done that. Oh well, I think I got away with it. I don't think he saw me. But talking about the live stuff, it also means I am experimenting with a couple things as well to try and make a more consistent stream. Like, it's not just the whole doing the thing with the Wi-Fi booster and Ethernet cable. When I watch back on the live streams, even though I know Danganronpa's kind of an exception and not necessarily the rule, but Danganronpa's still a hella loud game, even though I've got all the settings on like 1 for the volume to make it as quiet as possible. I am aware my mic is getting outpowered at times. Even if I was like perfect voice, like when I was entirely healthy again, I imagine my voice would still get outpowered slightly, so I will be adjusting volume as well as I go. But I've got to be careful because the way PlayStation 5, to be more accurately, picks up mic audio in a normal recording versus something in Share Factory versus a live stream seem to be different volumes. Because like every time I do a live video, I always have to boost my audio slightly. Anytime I do something in Share Factory, however, I never have to bother. My volume is always just fine as is. While with the live streams, like literally, if you click on the update video, listen to me talk for 5 seconds, click on the live stream, listen to me talk for 5 seconds, I'm quieter in the video, in the live stream. I haven't touched anything on my mic or anything of the default settings, but for some reason it just picks it up louder in certain attributes than others. So I need to adjust the audio, but I also need to be careful that if I adjust it up, I need to actually bring it back down when I do Share Factory, otherwise I'm going to blow it. Ooh, I've got a game where I'm the hunter. I like that they've actually, you know, addressed this. The 1.5 version of Windtrace, you could see everything from the hunter position, so it was a lot harder to hide. I think with the nature of how complicated some maps are, that wasn't necessarily a bad thing, but yeah, this was definitely a smart choice as a whole. Smaller maps especially, it became very difficult to actually find a good place to hide, because you knew the hunter could just see you. They just looked. The one map that was in the fields in that northern village in Leeway that's named something like, I think it's Quincy Village or Quinchao Village, I can't remember. That one map there, that was like my favourite map. Yeah, that map was not great if you were the hiders. as I try and adjust again to the movement speed that you have during this event. I hope at some point in Genshin's future that there's some kind of like permanent update that boosts your movement speed across the board. Because like they're trying to evidently move away from stamina boosts being the new nation thing. So why not make it like when you reach a new nation and you turn in all like that nation's colours, that nation's electrocolors or animacolors or whatever other bonuses instead of it being just stamina. It would be great if we got like a built-in ever so slight speed boost. It would be great if we got like an ever so slight built-in defense boost sort of thing. Ah! I think they hella nerfed the tracker ability on the hunter, where it shows like the footprints giving you a general direction. I don't think it's anywhere near as good as it was in 1.5, and I think the cooldown's a lot longer. And it's also my first time on this map, so if I can at least get 2 of them, I'll count it as a victory, because I doubt I'm going to get all 3 at this rate. Down here feels too obvious to hide in. So, you know, drop down, tuck away, you know. Can these lamps be... That's something I need to check out. Oh... If these lamps can be items as well, then I need to be checking them. How high can you climb this cliff? There might be a cliff hider somewhere. I'll say this is kind of what I mean. You see what it was like? It really cuts off the lining of the cliff, so you can't use that the way you used to. One that way, one this way. I should really try and get that power up before someone else does. Aha! Like that razor.
More speed.
Gotcha. Well, I lost the ability to try and find who the last person was, but at least got you. Oh, did he get a bit of a regen? I saw that. Just before he ceased to exist. They're not up here, so somewhere I'd hide. But yeah, all of Final Fantasy VII Integrated is recorded. It's 6 videos. I haven't recorded the bonus videos yet because I've still yet to grind out those materials. I'll do it. Just I can't be. I haven't been in the mood yet, especially with how my health had been. But it will happen eventually. Just give me time. And then after that, let's say I won't take as long of a break. I probably won't start again until after I've done a bit more live streaming, because I really want to build that, make a habit out of it, sort of thing. Try and build and lean into it. But it won't be as long before I get back into another Let's Play. As I've said before, my big 3, and it might become big 2. It entirely depends on what happens with those pixel editions. But my intention is Evil Within 2, which will be next, and Tales of Arise at the end of the year. But if the pixel remaster of 4 drops, I want to squeeze that in as well. Oh, is this... Oh, I can see the old map, but it's not actually the old map. That's depressing. My favourite map, it might be gone then, if this is here instead. It was actually just over there, on the other side of the bridge. And yes, I do have the new skin. It's not exactly a secret that I really don't mind spending a little bit of money on this game. I never... You know, whale. I know some people consider spending a penny whaling, but really, no. But I don't mind spending the odd little bit, because it's a game I really enjoy, and so of course I want to support it. Like, I buy the Welcome Moons, which is basically like the monthly bonus. Or at least that's what it feels like, you just like the monthly pay. But I don't really spend too much beyond that, if I can help it. I try and keep it to a minimum. But buying the skins, like I brought Jean's skin as well, like that stuff is just more of me getting to support a game I really enjoy, so of course I'm going to do it. That's the beauty sometimes. If a game's free and its microtransaction systems feel understandable enough, I will do it. It's the actual Primagem stuff that I'm not too fond of, because I'm not fond of gachas. I know I participate in it, and I've done several videos of me leaning into it, But that's off of primos that are, you know, not whaled out, and I haven't spent like 90 to 100 odd pounds, like, you know, like just ripping out loads and loads and loads of it. It's done off of the game's fundamentals and earnings that I've got from doing these events and whatnot. And having the patience to not spend them the moment I get them. I wait until there's a character I'm looking forward to, then get them. Which, to be fair, is happening a little bit more often, which is why I haven't been doing videos of it, because now I've got my main characters I want to stick with, at least for now, with Mona, Raiden, Eula, and Hu Tao. I'm more just getting characters that I'd like to have, even if I don't intend to have them in the party, just characters that I like the aesthetic of, or like, maybe their movesets, or maybe I like their story quest, and I just say, you know what, sure. Like, I did that with Ayaka, and I did it with, more recently, Shenhe. I've got Shenhe. Sure, I'll answer this guy. I know you can't see the PS5 chat screen, but I'll answer this guy. So I'm literally on a cliff. I think all of us, I don't think any of us have yet to be found. I think this map, same as the one, you know, that's opposite across the bridge, it might be one of the harder ones. Oh, I think I just saw movement in the corner. Yeah, there. I kind of feel bad for the hunter. I hope she at least gets someone before this ends. Because here I am. I'm not even in a disguise. I'm just chilling on the wall. But I think one of the event challenges is to, like, escape without ever transforming. So at least I might get that. Unless I get found in the next minute. But this is hella cheeky. This is really cheeky. I kind of feel bad. I think that's the biggest thing with Windtrace. Windtrace is still my favourite event, but there are absolutely things that should be addressed and should be kind of cleaned up a little. But at the same time, you have to be careful, because if you clean it up too much, you make it harder for the hiders. Like, it's a difficult middle ground to find. Oh, now I might be in trouble. But at the same time, I might still be too hard to spot. Like, this is still kind of hard to spot because of the light, the colour. And also from the minimap, she's like on the opposite end of this arena, so it might fade before she even notices it. There it goes. 5 seconds left. I'm the only one left. Like, yeah. This event and the Labyrinth Warriors. Why are they only events? They need to be like standard and just put in some kind of reward rotation. Because they would be so much, there's so much like extra that would just continue to be fun. They really would. Oh, this arena again. And I think that's the other thing I like with Windtrace. Like, I haven't put a single glimmer into Yunjin. I just got her when I was running for Shenhe. But I can use her in this without fearing the world, because, you know, this event, that doesn't matter. I should be checking the lamps. I keep on not checking the lamps. But, like, the lamps are probably one. Okay, dude, you get stuck? That's the thing. If I hide in cheeky corners and, like, just out of the way, unexpected spots, I should be expecting others to do it as well. Oh, I thought I saw you pop in like someone transformed into it. Oh well. Maybe it's just pop at the render distance. Like, they're both over here at least. I think that's also the other thing with doing content that isn't live streamed. I get to, you know, not talk for a little longer, so my throat gets to continue to recover. I'm working tomorrow evening as well, but if I start streaming early in the morning, I should be fine. What the? Oh, okay, I was gonna say, is that not? Hey, I'm stuck. Get out of Ito. I was gonna say, I'd be very surprised if that wasn't someone. But so even though I'm working tomorrow should hopefully be a longer stream because I'll have. Oh wow, that was it. Okay. because I'll have all the equipment set up so I can live stream hopefully relatively early and go on for a little longer. I'm also not working Sunday, so I might be doing a long stream then. We'll see. To be honest, I remember when 1.2 came out, everyone, myself included, was super excited for Rosaria to eventually drop. We didn't care if she was going to be a 4-star or a 5-star. Her design is really unique. And her attitude as well, like, was a nice contrast from the other characters. She wasn't, like, bubbly, optimistic, like a lot of other characters are. She was really grimdark, saw the worst of everything. It still is, to be fair, just because of her upbringing. So everyone was super excited for her. And it was, I think it was just the nature of spear or polearm side characters was still kind of frowned upon at the time, because the only one was Xingyang or Xingling or whatever, I can't remember her name, and people were not at the time too fond of her. They came around, like, she's got a lot better over time, I think. And then Xiao and Hu Tao suddenly dropped. People were like, okay, we can have a character that isn't a polearm user. And then 1.4 was, oh, by the way, here's another polearm user. But Rosaria, I've seen a lot of people use her and make her work, so. And I know her design's been censored again, especially on the CN servers, but that censorship as a rule bothers me, and I've made a point of it, but that was to be expected with the Chinese side of it. Everyone always thought it was only a matter of time before it got censored, unfortunately. Is that someone I can see on the gate, the shrine gate? That's a good spot, actually. That's like really hidden in plain view. I might squeeze over there later on, but I like my spot right now. This spot's kind of well hidden. So that was the thing. I remember, like, with the 1.0 series of updates, compare it to the 2.0 series of updates, 1.0 was a lot quieter. Because we got Dragonspine in 1.2, 1.3 dropped a quite healthy number of characters, then 1.4 was only Rosaria, 1.5 was Eula and Yanfei. Oh, and to be fair, it added domains. It added your own personal domain, so you could build. Yeah, it added housing. 1.6 added an area that went away. Like, you know, it was kind of, thinking back, like 1.0's series, or the 1 points, were less substantial than the 2 points. Because with the 2 points, with the only exception being 2.3, every update has added new land to explore. Like 2.0 was like the first 3 islands of Inazuma, 2.1 was Thunder Hell and Magic Atlantis, 2.2 was, to be honest, I think the weakest of the land updates, because that island, it was a fun story and I really like the lore of it, but it's the one island that I feel like I only go to do commissions in. I've never felt like I've had a reason to want to go back and explore and just wander around, whilst all the other islands, I've definitely done that several times because I enjoy doing it. And I know Enkinomiya is at threat of becoming the same thing, but I expected as much, because it's kind of like the extension area like Dragonspine was. Yeah, it being in its own like subspace domain kind of makes its problem more dominant, makes it more noticeable compared to Dragonspine, because Dragonspine was at least in your sight, whilst Enkinomiya isn't. But I really like the aesthetical design of it, I really like the lore and puzzles of it, and I preferred it over Dragonspine in that sense. And I'm sure there'll be events and such in it later on, so it will still have relevance in the plot. But it was still, I guess, fitting into that problem. But I liked it, I think is what I'm getting at. And I still will be going back and exploring it several more times. It was literally just that last island that I felt like ran out of steam kind of quick. And I really haven't been back to it recently. I'll probably make this my last game for the video. It'll be gone long enough. It'll be close to half an hour-ish by the time I do this one, I imagine. Okay, yeah, these are obviously traps. Yeah, sure. I'll give you your Mora, because one of the challenges is like have someone hit your bait 3 times. So yeah, I'll give you that. And it's only for like 30,000 Mora, which really isn't much. I know for some people every like penny counts, but anytime I'm not rolling for a character and I'm not worrying about their artifacts, because there's no character I'm interested in, so I'm not going for artifacts, I spend all my resin on like money grind. So I literally have like, I don't actually know how much. I think it's something like 29 or like 30 million at this point. Like, I have an exceptionally large amount of money, so like, Mora is not a hazard for me anymore. It doesn't bother me. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I hope that corner's cut off, otherwise that's very cheap. I'm checking the ground for now, but I'm half expecting all of them to be sitting in a tree with how many trees there are. And they can't be up here either. So I'm going to start tree checking in a minute. I just want to kind of cover the bases down here first and then start my investigation. Especially because one of the characters is on low health. So one of them definitely tried to climb a tree and suffered for it. Okay, yeah, if the thing's saying there's someone over here, they're absolutely in one of these two trees. I can see them. I can see them. They're up there. Come here. Come here, Kazuha. Got you. So the other two are almost definitely in a tree as well. So it's just what trees? If I just pick a higher up one, I might be able to get a good view vantage. Oh, you can't stand on top of this one. That's interesting. I wonder if that's the same for all the giant trees. Yeah, it kind of is. I guess that's more balancing efforts. You can stand on that one, so I take it back. Oh, did I get someone? I thought I got someone then. Hey, no, hey, don't you dare. That's mine. Okay. Where is player 3? This way. Oh, I see them. Yeah. That was a good hiding spot. I'll wrap it up here. I could also hear children shouting outside for some reason, so that would be a good time to wrap it up. Anyway, I will probably see you on the next Danganronpa live stream when I've got everything set up, and hopefully things will be more consistent. That'd be nice. But if not, I'll see you in the Final Fantasy videos. Till then, peace.